Good day, my dear classmate. Today we will discuss about the web network and system protections. Is focusing on a strategic guide to preventive and defensive controls. So we all know that information is the best or the asset of information or asset of organizations using a web network and system. So here we will going to discuss the SIA triad, wherein the mission of this triad is to protect the web applications, computer networks, and information system against the security threats. And the goal is to secure the system that must our configurations, traffic analysis, must work together to maintain these three standards. So from the C is confidentiality. When we say confidentiality, we are setting a boundaries, or we are ensuring that those authorized access or authorized person can only access the data. And of course, we have the integrity. We make sure that all informations or data are accurate and uh, reliable. And for the availability, for the word available, we make sure or we ensure that the system can use the data it is needed. So here we will discuss about the preventive controls or the proactive shield. Bakit natin sinasabi na shield? Because this controls mechanism designed to stop security incidents before they happen. When we say before it occurs, bago pa yung mangyari, ini-stop na natin yung threats na pwedeng mangyari with our informations. The key attributes of these preventive controls is nature proactive in nature, and avoid attacks completely because before the attack it will stop it. And of course, it's lower the risk and minimize the cost of response po natin. And here we have the different example of preventive controls. Number one is the firewalls. We all know what is the firewalls. Of course, the filters out unwanted traffic and stop the bad behavior at the door. It's just like the wall of a house before pa napasukin ng mga ng unauthorized person yung bahay natin. That's why in our houses commonly we are putting a high walls or yung fence, yung bakod natin to prevent na sino-sino lang yung makapasok dun sa bahay po natin, just like that. So encryption naman po is also a preventive controls that secure sensitive data, ensuring unreadability even if it is stolen. So if the data is being stolen, they can read or they can see the original data because it is encrypted. The original data or information is being converted to a dummy text na hindi yun yung talagang informations po natin. So, we need to decrypt those data, or maybe we need the password to decrypt those data. So, of course, before pa nila malaman yung data, we been encrypt it or prevent them to check kung ano talaga yung data natin by encrypting the data. And access controls, of course, authentications mechanisms, identify users and limit authority. Hindi kung sino-sino ang pwedeng pumasok or makakita ng data or ng informations natin. The policy training, of course, sometimes because of the neglections or unawareness of the users and using the system or the web or even the network, for the human errors usually na kaya natin expose yung mga important informations natin. So, we need also to prevent it. We need to conduct a policy and training. Because if the user are aware or yung behavior nila on giving the informations just like in social media, if they are aware about the different threats or stolen identities, we can prevent the you can protect or prevent the informations na meron po tayo. Of course, in preventing, it is not enough and there is a limitations. So, why we need to know the limitations? Kaya nga tayo may dalawang controls on how to protect it. Para kung hindi natin nagawa or we fail to prevent it, we can still help the defense or pwede natin siyang. So, what is the limitations of preventing? The limitation is the fallibility. The prevention is not 100% effective. It cannot stop everything, of course. And the trades-off is high-level preventions often impacts system usability. And of course, there's consequences. If a threat happens or na-bypass niya yung walls natin, there is no backup na meron tayo within this layer. Our information can be stolen or ma-expose pa po yung informations po natin. So here we have the defensive control. So what will happen if na-expose or yung nangyari yung consequences natin? Because we know that prevention is not enough. So what we will going to do? The defensive controls is the reactive watchtower of protections. The mechanism of this is to identify and alert the security team when the incident occurs. So let's see, nabypass niya po yung po. So we will going to alert the system or the security teams po natin. So the attributes or the nature of these defensive controls is reactive and detective. The goal is to detect threats and provide early warning. So for example, may nakapasok dun sa bahay ninyo, even your gate is locked, may nakapasok dun sa bakuran ninyo, meron kayong CCTV, enable for us to alert the user or alert the owner. So parang ganyan. These outcomes enables immediate actions and provides evidence for investigations. So we have the different defensive toolkits that we can use, which is the IDS, like the intrusion detections. So watch us for unusual traffic pattern or known attack signatures. And the log monitoring, we records all audits or process or functionalities or records or trial or activity na meron doon sa system natin, and we can spot the compromise activity na meron doon sa system natin. And the physical security, of course, in the physical security, we have these cameras and of course yung alert sensors natin, just like that. So pwede natin gamitin yung mga yan. So for example, we have the buildings na yung loob niya is maraming informations or kayamanan. Ano po, yung asset po natin. So of course, we will going to put up a fence enable for us to protect those kayamanan. Ganun po, si preventive. Now, if the user or yung intruder po natin is nakapasok, umakyat siya dun sa fence. Now, we have this CCTV footage or the CCTV camera na nagde-detect kung sino yung mga pumapasok dun sa building po natin. Or, for example, meron kayong dogs. Tatawalan niya yung intruders. So, of course, ma-alert po yung owner po ng bahay natin. So here we have the role of defender, which is to identify, spot the threats that invaded the firewall. Of course, kung hindi siya or authorized person pumasok dun sa building natin, dun sa system natin, ma-identify po no defender po natin. Once there is an authorized person who enter the system, it will going to notify the organizations. And of course, it mitigates, initiate incidental plans to invade the limit actions and provides evidence for and limit the data po natin. So, the head-to-head proactive and reactive, what is the difference between these two? So, the preventive is the shield. Yun nga po. Sabi ko kanina, it is our fence. Para hindi masira or hindi makita or hindi mapasok agad-agad yung buildings po natin. So, the goal of this preventive is to avoid the attacks. It is proactive in nature, and the strength of this preventive is reduce the risk because it prevents before pa na makuha dun sa informations natin. But the limitations here is you can stop everything. Well, the defensive is, of course, the goal is to detect the threats. It is reactive in nature. The strength investigate attacks, of course, mas practice pa natin on how we look on different patterns, unwanted patterns po natin. And the limitation is only alerts, no blocks or wala na siyang gagawin, only alerts the team or the system. So here we have the preventive. As you can see, parehas lang po yung kanina po. Here is our data assets. Etong nandito sa loob na. Si defensive is nasa mismong loob po ng data po natin. Or nandun siya sa gitna ng data po natin. And the preventive is, of course, the first layer of protections po natin. The layer 1, of course, it is the preventive. The layer 2 is defensive. And, of course, yung nandun sa loob niya is the data sets, which secure or having these two layers in protections, we can secure or maintain the SIA or the SIA triads po natin. So, the security in actions. So, we have here an example of phishing scenarios. So, while the attackers is sent a phishing email. So, of course, we have the preventive parts. Once it is being detected that it is unwanted or unfamiliar email, pupunta po siya kay spam. Papasok po siya kay spam. Now, what will happen if the user clicks or open that email? So, of course, mababypass po niya yung si preventive po natin. Once it is being bypass, papasok po siya kay defensive, which is madedetect niya na unusual traffics na yung ginagawa ng email po natin. Once it is being detected, of course, it will going to alert our security teams, and the response, of course, is to isolate the machines that we or the informations or the emails na meron pong attack or threats po. Without the defensive layer, the breach would have gone unnoticed. Of course, kung hindi po mababypass to, hindi madedetect ni defensive na ng second layer or layer 2 natin, this might be in an attack dun sa system or dun sa informations po natin. So here we have 3 questions. So what are the 2 main types of security controls being discussed? Of course, we have the defensive and the preventive. So how do they differ in approach? Of course, si preventive for layer 1, it is proactive, and for the layer 2, it is reactive. Why must an organization combine them? Of course, without being prevent, magkakos siya ng more damage. And if walang prevention, hindi agad-agad madedetect ni system, ni network, or ng web applications natin. These emails or these attacks or this process or this activity is attack or threats na pala dun sa information. So here guys, we have the recommended resources for you to read about the preventions or protections of our informations. And we have online references for, of course, protections also for security controls. So enable for us to summarize up the topic kasi halos pare-parehas lang naman siya. The primary goal and protections is when it comes to preventive, i-delay po niya yung attacks or yung intruder po bago pa siya makapasok sa system po natin, the informations natin. So, if we will going to apply the SIA triad, the C, of course, when it is preventive, we need to check kung sino yung pumapasok dun sa system po natin. And of course, once it is being locked, yung gate sana natin, we have the fence, we have the gate. Of course, ang makakapasok dun sa gate po natin is yung merong susi. So, they are authorized kasi meron silang susi. And in policy, we have just like security guards, and you will check the IDs of those intruders or yung pumapasok, yung user na yun. That is for preventive. When we see for defensive naman, when they are using duplicate copy and they are using fake ID, nakapasok na sila dun sa loob. So, paano na natin i-protect yung informations natin? That is the time na papasok na si defensive. Wherein, or si detective. Wherein, ang gagawin na po niya is i-monitor na ng CCTV po natin, or yung alarms po natin, or yung security lights na po natin, lalo na pagka gabi. So that is the difference, the two, or difference between the two controls po na meron po tayo. So that is all for